What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 1. All positions. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. So happy NFL is back. Welcome to the channel. If you're a first-time viewer, we do NFL videos every day. Yes, every day we make a new video to help guide you to the right picks and plays for daily fantasy football. So be sure to like and subscribe to the video and click that bell icon so you get an email notification when we post a new video. Okay, in this video, I'm going to give you a sleeper and a stud for each position. At quarterback, I like Tom Brady with a great matchup versus the Houston Texans, who gave up the second most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks last year. Although J.J. Watt will be back in action, you can't ignore Tom Brady, and you certainly don't want him to kill you in week 1 if you don't play him. I wouldn't go heavy on Tom Brady here. I'm worried about J.J. Watt, and we don't know how teams have reshaped themselves from last year quite yet. Okay, now for a low salary quarterback that may fly under the radar. I like Blake Bortles facing the absolute worst team defense who gave up the most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks last year, the New York Giants. I've always liked Blake Bortles ever since John Gruden talked so highly of him when he first got to the league. Now Bortles is a seasoned player with much more experience under his belt, and I think he's going to have a breakout year. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at running backs. My stud running back this week is Alvin Kamara. The guy totally killed it last year. He was one of the highest scoring running backs because he can do it all. He averaged 6.3 targets per game, which is outstanding for running backs to get that kind of receiving production. His rush count increased towards the end of the year. He was getting 10 to 12 carries a game, and I think that number continues to rise as long as Kamara can stay healthy. We should be talking a lot about this guy as the season goes on. Now for a low salary running back. I like Marshawn Lynch, who really surprised me last year to see how much he had left in the tank. Lynch will be running on the LA Rams, who gave up the second most fantasy points to opposing running backs last year. Lynch could get the goal line carries, and at a low price, he doesn't need all that much to hit value. Marshawn Lynch will remain the starter this year, with Doug Martin competing for the backup job. Okay, who do we have at wide receiver? I have to go with AJ Green as my stud for week 1. He averaged 9 targets per game last year, scoring an average of 14.9 fantasy points per game. I think it's time for AJ Green and Dalton to break out. It's been a bit disappointing up to this point. I think AJ Green and Andy Dalton have underachieved over the past couple years, and I'm looking for them to step it up. AJ Green ownership may be a bit low due to the lack of production for such a big star. He's a great stud to plug in for week 1. He may surprise some people. For my wide receiver sleeper pick, I like Ted Ginn, who will be facing the Tampa Bay Bucks, who gave up the third most fantasy points to opposing receivers last year. Ted Ginn really started to come on at the end of the year, with his targets increasing from a great quarterback, Drew Brees. This might be one of my favorite sleeper picks of the week. Ted Ginn is a rising talent and should be in at least one of your lineups at such a low price. He can give you some nice salary relief so you can fit in those higher priced studs. Okay, moving on to the tight end position. Of course, my stud this week is Rob Gronkowski, an absolute beast, fully healthy, and will be one of Tom Brady's primary targets. He scored 16.9 fantasy points per game last year, with an average of 7.5 receptions per game. You can count on Gronk getting red zone targets almost every game. If Gronk stays healthy, the Brady to Gronk combo will be near unstoppable. You're going to have to pay up for Gronk, and sometimes it's hard to fit a high-priced tight end into your lineup. Use the Sleepers tool to find low-priced, productive players so you can fit guys like Gronk into one of your lineups. If you need a low-priced tight end, take a look at Austin Seferian-Jenkins, who will be facing the worst defense in the league last year, the New York Giants. If you decided to play Blake Bortles, Seferian-Jenkins will be one of Bortles' top targets. He averaged 7.9 fantasy points per game last year and 5.7 targets per game. Those numbers should rise this year as Safarian Jenkins and Bortles continue to build chemistry on the field. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video.